start something and realize you don't really have any idea what you're doing. Good afternoon, Frady Bunch. How's it going? Hope life is treating you all rather well, darlings. So, by popular demand, I took a poll on Twitter and on Instagram, and I asked what you all would like to see me bake next. So, it was pretty much unanimous. There were a few stragglers here and there, but pretty much unanimous that you all wanted to see me make a cheesecake of some sort. Right? So, here I am, making cheesecake of some sort. That sort being a Oreo crust red velvet cheesecake. What? Yeah, believe it. It's going to be amazing, hopefully. But even a bad cheesecake is still good cheesecake, in my opinion. My humble opinion. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it and get started. First things first, you need some Oreos. We need about 30 Oreos or 2.5 cups for this. And I have them here in a bag. You can definitely put them in the food processor if you want, but I've got a little pent-up aggression today, so we're gonna crush us some Oreos. So there are Oreos. They're mostly crushed. They're a little chunky, but I mean, let's be honest. Who doesn't want to bite into a little piece of an Oreo when you're eating a cheesecake? That is like the best combination since those churro ice cream sandwiches that I made. So to this, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just gonna mix this. So that's ready to go. I have a springform pan here that I have lined with 2 layers of heavy duty aluminum foil. I'm going to put this. I find the best way to place your crust is to do it by hand. You can by all means do it with a cup, measuring cup, glass, whatever. Personal preference. Using the tools that God blessed me with, all right? So there's our crust. Now, since I left mine a little chunkier, I'm just doing a base. I'm not doing crust up the side. So I'm gonna pop this in a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes and let it bake to ferment. So our crust is out of the oven. We're just gonna let it cool while we get our cheesecake together. We need, ooh, it's overexposed bad. Oof. There we go. 4 blocks of cream cheese, which is 32 ounces. And that's room temperature cream cheese, ladies and gents. I'm gonna cream this for about a minute. So our cream cheese is ready to go. So now we're going to add 1 1/3 cup sugar. And we need a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. I'm gonna cream that. So now we need 1 cup of sour cream. We need a tablespoon of white vinegar, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and we need 1 to 2 ounces of red food coloring. This whole bottle is 2 ounces. I've probably used just a few drops out of it, so I'm gonna put in about half and see what it looks like, and then if I need more to get a more rich red color, then I'll add more. So that's what it's looking like now. It's got a really nice red color. I'm happy with it. It's probably a little bit darker than I wanted, but that's okay. Better to be too red and know what it is than not red enough. This isn't Valentine's Day, okay? We don't need a pink cheesecake. We want red velvet. We want the whole darn kit and caboodle. So now I have 4 eggs that are lightly beaten that I'm going to add in here. I'm going to stir this in by hand. All right, look at that. That looks lovely. Here's our cooled pie crust. Going to pour our cheesecake mixture in here. This is ready to go. I'm going to very carefully transfer this into a baking dish. Put that dish into the oven. But before I close my oven door, I'm going to take some boiling water and put it into the baking dish, being very, very careful not to get any on the cheesecake. It's a water bath, bain-marie, whatever you want to call it. It's super important to use that when you're making cheesecake because it helps it cook evenly and thoroughly and keeps everything internally the same temperature. Cannot make cheesecake without it. I don't care what recipe you're looking at, you have to have a water bath. Okay, so done with my soapbox. We're gonna bake this at 300 for an hour, and then we're gonna turn our oven off, leave everything in there, leave the cheesecake in the water bath, and let it come down to temperature in the oven. After it's done in the oven, we're gonna take it out of the water bath, take it out of everything. We're gonna put it on a cooling rack, and we're gonna let it cool down to room temperature before we put it in the refrigerator and refrigerate for at least 4 hours. So it'll be a while before you see me again. Okay, so cheesecake baked for an hour, rested in the oven for an hour, and I let it set at room temperature for probably 2 hours. And then I moved it into the refrigerator. It's been in the refrigerator, cooling down for a couple hours now. So we're just about ready. But we've got one more final step to complete this beautiful red velvet cheesecake, and that's a cream cheese frosting. Because what red velvet cake of any variety would be complete without cream cheese frosting? That's what we're making to put on top of the cheesecake, and then we're gonna try a little piece. For the frosting, you need 4 ounces of softened cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. So we're gonna put these in our mixer. I'm gonna cream those together. And to this, you need 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. To let that come together. So there is our frosting cheesecake. Oh, it looks so good. And I'm so happy, so pleased that it didn't split. We have our cheesecakes. We're just going to scoop our frosting. We're just going to spread our frosting on top of the cheesecake. This is really thick and the cheesecake is very fragile, so be careful. It would also help if you let this set up for 4 hours in the refrigerator, but I digress. Okay, so she's all frosted, and now, final piece of the puzzle, we take off the casing. Oh! Ooh! Oh, honey. Oh, wow. Look at that! Oh! It looks so good. So good. I'm going to cut myself a tiny little slice here. Oh, slides right through like butter. Okay, well, my beautiful slice of cheesecake just toppled over everywhere. This is why you let it set up completely and don't get impatient. Oh, look at that. Fell right over. Okay, so we're going to get a bite that has the crust and the cheesecake and the topping. I need a minute. That's amazing. That is so good. I'm sure it'll be even better after it all sets up, but oh my gosh. It's so creamy. It's not too sweet, not too overpowering. Very rich, but oh wow. It's just decadent. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very, like, there's not an overwhelming, like, chocolate flavor. It's not overwhelmingly, like, cream cheesy. It's just very well balanced. Super, super good. Oh my gosh. This is definitely a good recipe to have in your books. That is for sure. It has been an adventure of a day. I'm looking a hot mess right now. But thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. I hope you are all staying safe, staying home, social distancing, quarantining yourselves, and doing all the right things so that we can get together with our loved ones once more. You all have a wonderful evening, and until next time.